Everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this is a continuation of the Go High Level certification program. We're going to watch 3 videos. This one's on adding and managing users. And if you don't know what Go High Level is, it's an all-in-one CRM platform, the best in the world. There's so many software companies, these huge software companies that are like, what are they doing? How can we catch up to them? And I am luckily enough that somebody referred them to me back in 2019. So I have been using them since then and I've never looked back. But I did go through a lot of trial and error, a lot of buying things, buying snapshots, going through courses, buying courses. And I can tell you from firsthand is that it's better to build your own. It's better to get your own, let me lower the volume here, your own system in place. Buying snapshots, getting snapshots, signing up with somebody's affiliate account because they're going to give you a snapshot, that's fine, but it's gonna set you back. It set me back, and this is the reason why. So with High Level, and if you don't know what High Level is really quick, again, it's the all-in-one platform. You could open up, you could have your own marketing company, you could sell it as a white label to other offices, and getting snapshots. I'm so anti getting snapshots because it's actually faster to build your own once you know a few key components to it. And the certification program really puts you on that right path on, just kind of like understanding the system. You don't have to know every little thing, but I tell you, once you start really learning the program and understanding the program, you become a better marketer. You become a better consultant for offices. So I'm in the health and wellness industry. So if you're in that industry, or if you're looking to pick a niche, you're not sure what niche, I would recommend that one. Am I creating more competition for myself? Not really. There's so many people in this, so many different type of offices that you could help. Also, so health and wellness industry and alternative medicine industry. That's the industry that I focus on. Those are the offices that I help with. So if you're interested in that, this is the, I'm your guru for that. So we own 2 wellness centers, and we're about to open up our 3rd. It's hyperbaric oxygen therapy is what we specialize in. So you can look us up online. It's HBOT Planet, HBOTplanet.com, stands for hyperbaric oxygen therapy. And so I am your avatar. So like if you're looking to get, a wellness center or alternative medicine office under your belt to do with marketing, I'm your avatar. So I can tell you what we do. I can share with you what offices are doing. I can tell you what we're doing as far as consulting with other offices that want to use our services. And I'm in a very unique advantage where we own our wellness centers and the actual hyperbaric chambers. I sell those as well. I work with the chamber company. So I run all their social media for lead gen. I have a lead magnet out there for them. So I get to talk to these offices every single day, what they're struggling with. I share with them what we're doing at our office. So it's starting to get a little traction. So since I've had High Level since 2019, there was a lot of missed opportunities for me. But I look back and I was involved in other things. I was involved in other businesses, other joint ventures with other partners. So 2023, middle of 2023, I really started to dive deeper into what I was doing. We opened up our own wellness center 2022 in December, and just things started to click from there. Now in 2024, I'm doing a certification program. I already passed the Part A test. I got Part B scheduled for March to become officially certified on High Level. So High Level has their certification program. Totally recommend it. I learned so much just going through there, even since I've had Go High Level since 2019. There's a lot of little nuances to it. So now I feel a lot more comfortable with the software, building these out. So if you use my affiliate link, you're going to get access to me, not somebody else, not a random person. You're going to get access to me. We're going to jump on a Zoom call. We're going to build out your system together. So I don't include snapshots. I don't include video courses. All that stuff's already out there, right? So you've probably seen it. If you're in the High Level ecosystem, you know that they put out a webinar every week. Amazing people. 3-day webinars, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours a day. And there's so much information. The great thing about high level is the worst thing about high level is that there is way too much information out there for you to like, especially if you're just starting out. Like, who do I listen to? I listen to Billie Jean, to Frank Kern, Jason Wardrop, like these massive people, Mike Cooch, like, who do I listen to? What snapshots do I do? Oh, let me just upload all the snapshots. And all of a sudden you have so much stuff in your account, you can't even make heads or tails of it. So there's very specific things you need for your own system, your own marketing system, and specific things you need for an office to get started. Okay, you don't need to build everything out like crazy in the beginning. And that's when you use my affiliate link or you upgrade with my affiliate link, you'll have access to me. I'll help you build out your systems. I'll show you what we're doing and how we're scaling this, and what the future looks like for the health and wellness industry is huge. It went from $5 billion a few years ago. It's expected to be at $25 billion at the end of this year, and it's just getting momentum. I talk to these offices every single day. I have 3 meetings already today, whether they want to buy chambers or interested in marketing, interested in what we're doing. So anyway, we're going to dive into this. There's 3 short videos, and this is the section on adding and managing users. So let's listen to this for the certification program. And I hope you enjoy these videos. If you do, like and subscribe to my channel. It's a new channel. I think I have like 6 subscribers. Not too much watch time, but I'm pushing these things out there. I want you guys to get value in them. Go back and watch them. If you're just jumping in from the very beginning, I'm gonna list these out in order. And these are all just lives. I've done nothing else as far as videos, but I'm gonna start adding some other things on here as well. So again, like, subscribe, and let's listen to Michael.
In this video, we're going to talk about how to add an agency user. So an agency user is somebody that you want to have access to the back end of your system. They can either be an admin or a user as an agency under the agency label. Right, so we're going to focus on, this is going to be a 2-part series. The first one's going to focus on the agency perspective. Let's just say you hire a VA and you want to bring them in and you want to give them access to assets. I'll show you how to do that. And in the second video, we're going to talk about a sub-account user. So you're onboarding customers, or they want you to add their front desk. We'll show you how to do that. And in the second video, we're going to talk about a sub-account user. So you're onboarding customers, or they want you to add their front desk. We'll show you how you can do it from the agency perspective. This can also be achieved within the sub-account, but for argument's sake, we're going to focus on agency first, sub-account, and then we'll show you the rest later. So let's go back into a hypothetical here. I am an agency owner. I hired 2 new VAs, one to do specific features, and one is going to have overall access. I kind of just manage my accounts for me. So the first one is going to be the admin, right? So what we'll do is you want to head to your agency view. As you can see, I am not in the sub-account. Scroll down to the bottom where it says settings. Scroll down below company, you'll see team. In the top right hand corner, you can add an employee. You can go ahead and upload a picture. You can add a first name. So this one I'm going to call John. Let's just call this Jane Doe. And it's going to be test@gmail.com. So you want to use either an email or phone, preferably an email. And then you can give them a basic password here, which they can reset on their own. So for this one, I'm just going to give them a basic password here. So, password 1234, exclamation point. Okay, so you have to abide by those rules there. It must be 8 characters or more, uppercase, lowercase numbers, and special characters. So I just create a password, exclamation point, 1234, right? So that's how you set that part up. If you want, you can hit forget password. What it'll do is send out an email to them, prompting them to update their password. So for now, I'm just going to leave this as is. I'm going to leave the phone empty here, but you can add that as well. And we're going to jump down to user permissions. So here you can specify what they can see within the system, right? From the agent perspective. So let's just say my first VA is my admin. I want them to see everything. So I'll just give them access to everything essentially, in this case. But in the event Agent B, let's just say this was Agent B, I don't want them to see everything, so I can go ahead and actually turn off stats, I can turn off appointments. Let's just say I only want them to do specific things. We can toggle these off, right? And tell them, basically limit their access here. So in this case, let's just say turn off these. I want them to see online listings. I want them to see memberships, tags. Let's just leave this as is. I do want to cover this real fast since we're here. Only assigned data is by default is always turned off. What this does is if this user is assigning, this user is assigned to contacts in the system, they'll only see those contacts that they're assigned to. So this is great to turn on, right? As you can see, it visually remove things like contacts, opportunities, and conversations if they're not assigned to them. So what this basically does, if you have multiple sales agents and you don't want them to see each other's leads, for whatever reason, you can actually turn this on, but you have to make sure that you're assigning those leads, aka contacts, to that specific user. We'll get into that in a later point, but this is a big one that a lot of people miss, is only assigned data. It'll hide things if they're not assigned to the user. So again, this user has limited assigned stuff here, and only assigned data is turned off. So we're gonna go ahead, and then here we get into user roles. So over here we have two types. We have an agent.
And actually what he's talking about right there is that great if you have like a sales team and you only want the individual people to use, like, so if you're using like a round robin calendar where it's distributing leads out specifically to different type of to maybe different salespeople or different customer service support. Only the person that's assigned that contact, you're going to see that conversation. So that person's not going to see the rest of the conversations. The calendar you could assign to an individual person. So if somebody schedules, they could come back and schedule with them. So those little tiny things is what I refer to as like the little golden nuggets of high level. Like, again, there's so many things in high level. Like when you look at it from a 30,000 feet perspective, you see everything. You see the reviews, the website builder, the email builder, the social media planner, the docs, and the new docs that you could upload, like the blogs, the payments. Like, there's so much in there. But these little tiny things, once you start learning and building out your own systems, if there's an issue with something, if somebody's seeing somebody else's conversations, you know why, because that's toggled off, and you would want to toggle that on in some cases, right? So anyway, those are little things that I learned after 4 or 5 years with the program, just going through the certification course. So for anybody that has not gone through it, let me know, and I'll give you my link. I have an affiliate link for that as well, and it's just really amazing, all these little things that they're providing. And this right now, as what I understand, is this certification is just like step one. They're going to have other more detailed, more advanced certifications that you could apply for. So back to the video.
And a sub-account role. So we are hiring VAs. We hired 2 VAs, right? So in this VA per se is going to be the limited role. So I'm going to go agency account. I'm going to select a user, right? So admin will have your overall arching rights, and then you'll have user. And then over here, you can actually add in specific sub-accounts. So if you want them to actually be part of those businesses, let's just say GHL Tutor is my business, right? I'm the agency owner, and my VAs need to work in there. I'm going to actually add them to those locations, right? So that's how you would do it. By default, all agency users will see all the sub accounts, right? So I'm going to show you what that looks like now. So this is Jane Doe, and we turned off dashboard stats, campaigns, triggers, appointments, and memberships. Okay, so if I hit save here, it's going to create the user. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go into here. I'm going to show you a quick neat trick. You can actually log in as that individual user. So let's go into Jane Doe and look at the permissions real fast. So Jane Doe will have access. As you can see now, I'm logged in as Jane Doe. They have access to the back end. They're also part of this account. So I'm going to switch into that account. I'm going to show they have limited views. So as you can see, a lot of the dashboard stuff on the left has disappeared. No opportunities. Remember, removed opportunities. And all that stuff's missing here that we excluded from their account. So let's go back to my account and let's turn those back on and take a look. So if we go back, let's go back into the agency view, scroll down to settings, scroll down to team, find the user by searching here. You can search with email or name. I'm going to go and hit edit, and I'm actually going to go and toggle these permissions on. So in dashboard stats, campaigns, triggers, opportunities, Appointments, memberships, and online listings. These are all on now. Let's actually turn off marketing for argument's sake so I can show you. Save that. So now that's saved. Now let's log in as Jane Doe. As you can see, it'll pick up your most recent. Login as feature is applicable on all plans as well. It's only available to agency users. So only agency users will see this login as features. And as you can see, I'm now logged in as Jane Doe. So if I go into Jane Doe's sub account or the sub account that I added it to, you can now see that these are all my features are back here essentially, right? So some of the marketing is missing here, sites, funnels, forms, but there are some other ones in here. You'd have to toggle off social planner. But as you can see, you can limit the permissions from an agency perspective, right? So that's how you would do it. Admin gives you a few more rights. You can, I'll share the articles in the list below. There's too many things to go over, but just check out that article and you can tell the difference between admin and user, right? So, and the same applies for a sub account, which is what we'll be diving into next. How to add a sub account user to multiple sub accounts or individual ones. So I'm gonna end this here and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.
All right, so that was the longest video of the 3 that I'm going to show you. So we'll get right to it. And then from there, you'll take the quiz. I already passed the quizzes, so we're not going to go into that. And then now here's the next video, how to add a sub account user to multiple sub accounts. And this is a short video. It does that sometimes. Like sometimes you got to refresh the page because it doesn't show the video. So let's refresh that page. Oops. Oops. Let's go back. Back. All right. This is what happens when you go live and you don't want to sit there and pre-record and do all this other stuff. But anyway, okay, there it is. So now the video is showing up. And that sometimes happens when you're in the course. For some reason, it doesn't show the video.
All right, in this video, we're going to talk about how to add a sub-account user to multiple sub-accounts from the agency perspective, right? So I'm actually in a sub-account now, as you can see. I did want to show you this real fast. We will cover this later, but just to note that your business owners can still add their own users. They don't have to reach out to you. There's 2 ways to do it. You can go to Launchpad. Again, I'm in a sub account here, right? You can go to Launchpad, scroll to the bottom. You can add a team member here. Boom, you can add their email. They'll add them. Or you can go down to settings, or your customers can go down to settings, my staff, and go ahead and add an employee here as well, right? So let's just say we want to do it from the agency perspective, and the reason why you want to add them from the agency perspective, let's just say I sign up a business owner who's a franchise owner, they have multiple locations, and I have multiple sub-accounts set up for them in this account, but I want to add them to those sub-accounts, right? So what you can do is go back to your agency view, scroll down to settings, scroll down to team, add employee. Oh, let's use Jane Doe. We can use Jane Doe. So let's go back into Jane Doe, and let's say Jane Doe is my customer, right? Again, the permissions will apply here, the same as before. User roles. So user roles, we're going to switch them down to account only. We're going to make them an admin. So this is Jane Doe is the business owner, and they have 3 franchises, or 2 in this case. GHL Tutors one, and 123 William Street's the other. So these 2 are the 2 locations that Jane Doe is the business owner or manager of. And again, this is an account, sub-account, and an admin. You can use the user role, which has limited permissions like deleting specific things. You can't delete contacts as a user, and so forth, right? So we can go in here, hit save, and boom, now that contact's been updated to an account admin, as you can see right here, and you can see the locations illustrated here with these tags. So let's go ahead and actually switch into Jane Doe's account. Now I'm in Jane Doe's account as a business owner. I just signed in. I'm going to go in and basically look at my accounts while this is loading. We can now flip-flop between those 2 accounts. Give it 1 second. So you can see I'm logged in as Jane Doe, the business owner or franchise owner. And they can go in here and actually flip between the 2 accounts. So now they can switch between those 2 and they can monitor both. Right now, there's no way to consolidate all the reporting into one view. They would have to individually go into each sub account. Right, so we're not going to talk about reporting just yet, but just that's one thing of quick note. A lot of people will ask us, how do we consolidate all the sub account views so they know how overall they're doing? There's no way to do that currently. We are working on that, but there are some other reporting features we can dive into, but that's not right now. But again, this is how you switch between the two accounts. If you have any questions, please let us know, and we're happy to take a look. Thanks.
All right, so nice and short. The next video is even shorter. So again, you would take the quiz. And the way high level will lay this out, it's really easy to follow. So if you get into the certification program, really cool to do this. Go through here, you take the test, and then at the end you take 100-part quest. And you do want to pay attention to these things. I've had to go back a couple of times on videos. I was like doing other stuff and trying to listen, but that's my crazy mind. You may be more focused than I am, but I had to go back and waste time because I had to go back and watch the video. So anyway, let's watch the next one, and this one's just a few minutes.
Hey, in this video I wanted to discuss
5 minutes.
only assigned data under the user's permission. So we didn't really touch on it in the last video, but I want to discuss the importance of only assigned data. And I want to show you with an example of 2 leads. So first thing I'm going to do is create 2 quick leads here, which I already have, and I'm going to assign them to 2 different users. So this one's going to be assigned to Elijah Deere. I'm going to go back and I'm going to assign the other John Doe to Jane Doe, right? The irony. Okay, so John Doe and Jane Doe and John Doe are assigned, and Testing and Elijah Deere are assigned to each other. So right now, if I sign in as Jane Doe, I'll be able to see both of those leads. So what only assigned data does is gives the business owner or the sub account the ability to hide specific leads away from other users. So why would you want to use this, and when would you want to use this? Let's just say you have a list of 20 users in the system, right? So, and they all have dedicated leads. You don't want them to see each other's leads or see the conversations or anything of that. What you would do is turn on only assigned data, and the system is only going to show them things that are assigned to them. So as you saw, I actually assigned Elijah Deere. Hope that's saved. Give me a second, let it save. Let me refresh. Yep, there it goes. So it's assigned, perfect. That's assigned. Let me just double check the other one. Yep, and that's assigned as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn on only assigned data. I'm going to go back to my original account that I was signed in as the agency. Agency user. Then I'm going to go back into settings, staff, and we're going to jump back into the user permissions. I'm going to turn on only assigned data. It's under user permissions right here. And by default, it's always going to be turned off because we want users to see everything in the system. But if you want to turn it on, turn it on. Right, so as you can see, please be aware that enabling this option will visually remove things like contacts, opportunities, and conversations from your dashboard if they were not assigned to your user. Right, so pretty straightforward right there. Go ahead and hit save. Oh, did not mean to do that. Right, so I'm going to leave. I think I did. What did I do? So Elijah Deere has only assigned data turned on. Jane Doe does not. I'm going to sign in as each user to show you what that looks like. So let's go back to the contacts. Go back here. I'm going to put those contacts in opportunities as well. So let me go in here. I'm going to add them as an opportunity. So while this loads, I'm going to scroll down on the left side. So scroll down on the left side, I'm going to go to opportunities right here. I'm going to go ahead and add this as an opportunity in a pipeline. I'm just going to say new lead, right? So that was the first lead that was testing. So I'm going to close this. We go back and let's go to Jane Doe. And Jane Doe is going to be added to a different pipeline stage. So let's add Jane Doe to book call. Perfect. Okay, so if we go to opportunities, we can now see our opportunities have been added to the pipeline, as you can see. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm still signing in as my agency. I'm going to sign in as Jane Doe and Elijah right now. So let me start with Jane Doe. Jane Doe should have permissions, so she should be able to see everything in the system. In this case, yeah. So they have all the permissions. So I'm gonna actually switch back to Elijah Deer. Since Elijah Deer has only assigned data turned on, they're not going to see any leads. Again, as you can see up here, I'm logged in as Elijah Deer. Not seeing any leads because the leads were not assigned to them, right? So this is going to hide all conversations. This is going to hide, so testing is assigned to, let me see here, assigned to Elijah Deer. So now Elijah Deer can see that. So Elijah Deer was assigned to one contact, as you can see, but they cannot see the other conversations. So if I switch back to my account and I'm staying in the conversations up here, as you can see, I'm still in conversations. There you can see the lead. Let's go back and switch to, there's only one conversation in here, so that's all we're going to see. But as you can see, the opportunities are now back in my pipeline for, oh, refresh. Oh, this is why, because of my filters. I need to select all. Okay, that's why. So make sure you double check your filters over here. Always check the double filters. If you're not seeing what you're supposed to be seeing, it's most likely a select the diamond date and time issue, it's sales pipeline issue, who the owner is, campaigns, and all. Sometimes the filters, one opportunities will be hidden by default because you don't need to pay attention to one opportunities unless you are focusing on those. Okay, that is how you would set it up. If you have any other questions, please let us know. Thank you.
All right, so those are the videos, and next round we're going to do the agency Stripe setup, so that'll be the next video. So hope you're enjoying this series. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to go through all of them. You know, it's a good refresher course for me as well. So every time I listen to these, I learn a little bit. So anyway, remember to subscribe to my channel, click that bell notification, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.